In order to achieve greatness, you must first believe you can.
What's the biggest challenge that most of these individuals have? What's the common challenge?
Believe. They don't believe, man. You know, it's all mental, and people don't get it. You know, everybody wants to say, okay, well, here go 10 steps to, okay, Lewis said do 8, E.T. said do 9. You know, this person says this is 12 steps, and everybody's trying to get the steps without the mentality.
Have you ever had a moment of chaos come at a time when you're just trying to get your life together? And you're thinking to yourself, I know I could deal with this much better if it wasn't in the middle of such a horrible stage in my life, because I just got laid off my job. They're downsizing at my company. I got creditors calling me. I'm going through a divorce. My mama just died. My kids are sick. I got cancer. I'm going through depression. In the middle of all that chaos, you got to remember that it's those low moments that will define who you really are.
Jealousy is one of the most powerful directional signals on the planet. Because you're only jealous of people that are doing things or have things that you actually want. It's impossible to be fake jealous. Whatever you're jealous of is hitting something deeply personal. Fucking pay attention to it. Instead of stewing in it, go, oh, flip it. How could I take those things that I'm really now really inspired by and take action and go get them in my life? Because the thing about jealousy is, it's just your inspiration that's blocked. Most folks know what they dream about and what they want.
No matter how outrageous, there is a way to pull this off.
The true character of a person is shown when your back is up against the wall. These are the moments that separate the successful from everybody else.
But how do you keep going? Why do you keep going? What is it that will make it worth it for you when you want to give up and life is fighting against you to take the hits?
What makes you get up when you fall down?
You're going to have so many moments where you doubt yourself, where you think you can't go on. But I want you to remember, these rough times haven't come to stay. They've come to pass.
So you've got to write down at least 5 reasons on why you deserve your dream. Because you're going to be thrown to the ground again and again and again. And life will keep beating you down. So you got to have some reasons that are so strong.
When somebody says, no matter what happens, whether it succeeds or fails, I'm going to be by your side. That's when I have the confidence to do difficult things.
Wow.
So it's the people in my life.
You should recognize the potential in yourself and love yourself enough to make the changes that produce the best possible version of yourself.
Or how do you overcome self-doubt? How do you overcome self-doubt? Help someone else overcome self-doubt. Love that. You overcome self-doubt by helping, and it's not a selfish thing. I'm only helping you so I can. You have to genuinely love and commit to the person.
What is it that can make you unstoppable? What reasons can you think of that will keep you strong through these rough times? You've got to be unreasonable because logical, practical thinking says it cannot be done. But if you want to do something that is unreasonable to most people, like living your dreams and taking charge of your own destiny, then you've got to become an unreasonable person. You've got to be an uncommon person.
Because see, pain is tricky. If you don't control pain, it'll control you. Until you learn how to figure it out, until you learn how to tap it on the back and say, I know you're there, but I'm built to deal with you.
You must find a way to push through pain because there's always something greater on the other side of it.
See, there's some people listening to this right now. You've just gone through the worst situation of your life. You're in the hardest season of your life. Something's happened, and maybe you failed. But I need you to know that failure is not final. It's formative.
It is not final. It is formative. It is part of the process. It's part of the journey. Your failure matters as much as your success. How do you think you're going to grow if you don't ever fail?
And yet there's some of you right now, you failed, and you think, well, I guess I'm a failure. No, failure is an event. It's never a person. When you fail, that doesn't make you a failure.
As long as you're still breathing, you have the chance to try again. Failure is nothing but fuel for your future. Failure is a research project. Failure is what you use to know how to do it right.
The way that you grow, you have to fail in order to succeed.
Just because you failed doesn't mean that the universe doesn't have a bright future in store for you. You must keep going, no matter what happens. It's always too soon to quit.
The decisions you make actually matter. When the alarm goes off in the morning, do you get up? Or do you hit the snooze and sleep more? When it's time to work out, do you get it done or make excuses to skip it? When you're supposed to do the work you know you need to do you it? Or do you let it slide and regret it later? Every decision you make, every single day, matters. The easy choice makes life hard. The hard choice makes life easy.
You must work harder. You must be willing to do the right things in order to have a life that will actually make you feel fulfilled in the long run.
I don't know what your future is, but if you're willing to take the harder way, the more complicated one, the one with more failures at first than successes, the one that has ultimately proven to have more meaning, more victory, more glory, then you will not regret it. Whatever you choose for a career path, remember the struggles along the way are only meant to shape you for your purpose.
But during those struggles, we often consider quitting. There's no shame in getting tired. There's no shame in feeling burned out. But what you've got to do is consciously remove that thought out of your mind. Why? Because the shame is in quitting. So if you've thought about quitting, that's okay. But whatever you do, don't let that thought become your reality. In spite of what's going on right now, in spite of the hardships I've experienced, it's worth the effort of going out and giving it everything I possibly can. It's worth giving every fiber of my being to bring it into reality, to express who I am. I've got to do the work I'm supposed to do. I've got to become who I'm supposed to become. It's possible you can have it in spite of where you are right now. That doesn't matter. And it's necessary that you go out with everything in you, that you don't take it lightly. You go out and you take responsibility for making it happen. And you own up to the fact it's going to be hard. And you'll do it hard. Sometimes you might feel defeated. You might feel broken inside. You might be barely holding on with tears running down your face. But to you, it's worth it. It's worth whatever you gotta go through. If you make the decision to get back up one more time, I'm telling you, you will win the fight. You've got to stay consistent. You've got to keep moving and keep making progress. Don't ever take your foot off the gas. Don't allow these minor inconveniences to slow down your destiny. And in the midst of all of what you're going through, you've got to monitor your internal dialogue.